Brendan McKay, left-handed pitcher for the Tampa Rays, and also big bat as well. He got to see a little time last year up in the bigs and did a nice job, and in all likelihood will break camp with the Rays. And Brendan, what has the week been like so far? Because we know the Symposium started on Tuesday and it ends Friday.
Yeah, I mean, it's similar to spring training. You got a lot of meetings you got to sit through, and but it's very informational. You know, you get to see a lot of things, hear from a lot of people that have been through the same situation that you have been through, and give you their life story and how they would have changed things or what they did. So you have some real life experience to guide yourself on for future reference.
Yeah, Brandon, this is Harold. I've been there a few different times, and I don't know if they still do this or not, but they brought a group in that would reenact scenes and situations, and you'd sit there and then be asked, how would you react or watch it? Do they still do that?
Yeah, I believe it was the Second City from Chicago.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, they came in. They did, I think the first night we were here, they did a little improv and game night with us, which was hilarious. I don't think I stopped laughing for probably 30, 45 minutes. And I think yesterday they had some like situations acted out with like a rookie player and a veteran player, and you know, what they could have done better, what they should have done, or you know, how they were different, which was the better situation, how they reacted, and what they did throughout the whole scene.
Yeah, I always thought those were really beneficial, man. It's really cool. Most of those people go on. They're on Saturday Night Live, right. go on tour, do a lot of good stuff. So you got great quality people. Hey, so you got the call-up last year to the big leagues. Was it all you expected?
Yeah, I mean, it's, for me, I've heard from a lot of people, it's still, you know, it's still the same game. You still got to get, you know, 3 outs in an inning, 27 outs in a game, and all that. But you're just playing in a little bit bigger stadium, different people, playing against different guys, but it's still essentially the same game. You just have to get as comfortable as you can, as quick as you can, to not be nervous and trying to figure things out throughout the game.
So I got 2 questions, then I'm gonna turn it over to Fran for a little bit. You pitched and you hit, so that's pretty amazing. I want to know how you were able to carry that from Louisville to the big leagues and what you had to do, what your routine was. And then secondly, did you feel like you were more ready to pitch in the big leagues or hit in the big leagues?
So my routine that I carried over was just basically spacing out throughout the week. I guess what I did based on, you know, what day I started and what day I'm supposed to start next. So just spacing out what days, you know, I'd be going lighter, just doing some cage work, or other days I'd be going full BP, you know, full throwing program, bullpens and stuff like that. And then I just carried that over into the big leagues with, you know, same thing. Obviously, I wasn't getting as many at-bats, but I was still trying to get in there and get as much work. So when I had the opportunity to pinch hit or anything like that, I was ready to go at a moment's notice. And to answer your second question, I think we saw what I debuted with. I pitched first. So I mean, I think everybody has been saying that for a while, that I've been ready to pitch for a long time, and big league ready for a long time. But I think for me, it's just a lot easier to make adjustments on the fly with pitching. You know, you're holding the ball every day. You're making small adjustments each day, and you see results a lot quicker. Where from the hitting side, you've got to take it to the cage. You've got to, you know, start simple tee work, working small adjustments, and then building on it, where it could be a 2-3 week process to finally get it to where you want it to put it into a game. And then you never know how those results may work out in a game.
Brendan, let's jump back to your first few starts here. You had to be incredibly pumped. I mean, your first start, you go 5 scoreless. You went 6 innings, and then you only gave up a 1 hit. But 3 of your first 4 outings, you didn't give up an earned run. I mean, you had to be pitching yourself like, I mean, I'm in the big leagues and I'm taking care of business. What was that experience like for you?
I mean, it was awesome to be able to face some quality lineups to start. You know, we faced the Rangers with some big bats in there. Joey Gallo, to name one. He's a very scary left-handed hitter up there. He's big with a vicious swing, so you're trying to you're trying to do what you can to miss that thing coming through the zone. But then you got to face the Yankees, which even 1 through 9, it feels like where's there a break, and there really isn't. You're battling all the way through, which I think is good. You know, you're locked in from hitter 1 till however many hitters you face throughout that game. But it's fun to be out there and be in a winning situation with the way that our season went. Ended up getting a wild card and being able to see those ups and downs throughout the season. It was fun.
Hey, so on the two-way player, we're seeing it with Shohei Ohtani. Lorenzen's starting to do it. Other guys are coming on. What would your advice be as baseball's starting to have this trend to the guy that can pitch and hit?
I'd say to any guy that wants to do it, go after it as hard as you can. Obviously, you've got to have, if you're coming from high school going to college, you've got to have a coach in the college program that wants you to do it and is accepting of it. I mean, I know how recruiting is. They could say, you know, yeah, we'll let you do it, and you step foot on campus, and they already made up their mind that you're going to do this. But I'd say just fight for it if you can. Try and claw and scratch your way into it, and if you beg hard enough and enough, that your coach may say, you know what, this guy's really about it. He wants to do it. Let's see what he can do, and that's all it takes. You could get that one chance and explode with it, and your coach said, why didn't we do this from the beginning? Why did we try and change him? That's really the only advice I have for young guys like that.
Yeah, I think, you know, we make a big mistake in baseball because if you go to college, you're going to pitch on the weekend and you're going to play anyway. So we may as well try it in the minor leagues. Hey, but speaking of college, Fran wants to take you back to your college days because Lamar Jackson is on point right now. So go ahead, Fran.
Brandon, you were a big dog on Louisville's campus at the same time Lamar Jackson was there. Are you surprised at what Lamar's been able to accomplish? He's got a big playoff game coming up this weekend against Tennessee.
I mean, I'm surprised with how many people doubted him, but I know that guys with that kind of talent, they're going to figure it out, and he did. From what I've heard, he's a very smart kid, very knowledgeable kid about the game of football, and he's going to figure out a way to use his body and use his speed to make things happen on the field. And I know that from what I've heard, he worked on, you know, their focus was on him throwing the ball a lot more and a lot less running. Which
did you guys come across each other at Louisville?
We met once. It was with a couple other athletes doing a photo shoot for some. I think ended up being like a billboard or a poster, and he was asking me. It was right after I got drafted. He was asking me like, "Hey, you got drafted, huh?" I was like, "Yeah." So, "You gonna be rich now, huh?" I was like, kind of said yeah, but in the back of my mind, I was thinking like, "You're gonna be more rich than I am in the next upcoming draft with NFL football." But I mean, he's taken off, and kind of upset the way he did my Steelers a couple weeks ago, but it is what it is.
It is. It is what it is. And you are what you are. So, man, we appreciate you. Thanks for coming on and joining us. Enjoy the rookie development program. And go get him in spring training. You're one of the hardest working men in baseball.
I will. Thank you, guys.